Hey everybody, I'm at Disney's Bay Lake Towers, the newest Disney Vacation Club resort here in Disney World, right next door to the Contemporary where the old Garden Wing used to be. One of the most anticipated Disney resorts for the Vacation Club, at least, been speculated on for a while, and so it's finally open and we're staying here. Tons of information you can find on this place. It's obviously a very desirable location, being right next to the Magic Kingdom. You can almost fall out of your balcony into the Space Mountain over here. But I thought I'd do a little bit different take, because there's tons of information online about this place and pictures, and the rooms are awesome, and the design of the Contemporary is awesome, and the 1950s George Jetson view of how the future was going to be and the futuristic styling of this place, but it almost gets a little bit carried away in some instances. So some of the things have been frustrating me about it, and I just think it's kind of a little odd. And granted, I'm being a little bit nitpicky here because it is an awesome resort. But there's tons of good information you can find, so I just thought I'd show you a few of the weird things that this place has that I just think are really odd. We have a lake view room, not a Magic Kingdom view. We're looking out kind of the other side of the Bay Lake Tower here towards the lake, and you can see the marina here. There's actual Bay Lake. There's the Wilderness Lodge off in the distance. That boat coming straight out there is coming from the Wilderness Lodge. Fort Wilderness is back over this way. Here's the Contemporary itself with the Skyway, and underneath it you can see the monorail line over there. But I'm not a crack of dawn kind of guy, but I'm usually up fairly early in the morning. But on this trip we usually sleep in a little bit because we're out later in the evenings, I should say. And Magic Kingdom opens at 9 o'clock, obviously, except for extra magic hour days, which is 8 o'clock. So fairly early in the morning all these boats start running. Oh, we get to watch a parachute here take off. But they have this habit of tooting their horns. I don't even know why. I understand it when they're taking off and leaving, but sometimes you just hear these toot 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 just constantly. I'm surprised we haven't heard one yet here, but we'll get one in just a second. There's that lovely sound. I don't even know where that one's coming from. They just toot. I think they like to toot for the passengers. Here comes one approaching now, and then over here coming from, there's somebody's tooting. I don't even know where it is either. Here's one coming from Fort Wilderness. We'll get a double toot out of these two guys. Love it. This is probably my biggest complaint here. You've got this wonderful view, but then all morning long it's boop, 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 boop. 7 o'clock on the extra magic hour days or whatever time they fire up. Now I'm sure if I was standing out there at the dock anxious to get somewhere, I'd be wanting that boat to get here and toot his horn and get out of there. But there's a whole room, building full of people here. I don't know how well that works, but all of these people I'm sure can hear exactly what I'm hearing every morning, all day long. Toot, toot, toot. Back into the, some traffic jelly going on. Everybody toot. 1, 2, 3, go. Something else I thought was a little odd about the Bay Lake Towers here is there are not very many locks on the doors here. This is the bathroom off of the main entrance, kitchen, living room area, and it's open and slides shut here. There's the front door. And so if I were to close this here, It just shuts. No clicking or locking mechanism there. But I'm going to also step over here into the shower, or the tub here, as you can see. Shower head up there, nice rain head. But not only does the door not lock, but it actually doesn't even shut here. There's a pretty good sized gap between the door and the wall there. So if I step out of here, you can actually see out into the living room, kitchen, and marina area if the windows are open. This is a pretty good sized gap. I can stick my fingers all the way through it here. And so not only does this door not lock here, but if we come out here into the master bedroom and shut the heavy wooden door here, it also does not have a lock on it. So there's no way to keep the little kitties out of here. And if I also step into the master bathroom, same sliding locking, non-locking mechanism. Fortunately, the gap doesn't affect too much in here, but there is still a gap here looking out into the master bedroom. And if we step into the potty room here, has a potty and a shower in here. Also another sliding door to close you off from the sink area. But again, no locking mechanism here, just a solid bar here to open and close. While we're in the master bathroom here, let me show you something else. The next thing I think is kind of odd about the Bay Lake Towers is here's the master shower. Pretty good sized shower. 2 people can party in there. But it's got 2 different heads. There's a rain head up above. And I don't know which one's on here. There we go. So that one works. And then there's a valve to switch to the rain head up above. But what's really odd about this thing is they apparently in the future will figure out a way to float soap. Maybe if we were in space we wouldn't have gravity and our soap would float, but there are no soap dishes anywhere on any wall. So at first we just threw our soap on the seat down there, and of course by the next day it's dried and then you have to pry it out with your fingernails. So then we got the soap dish out of the sink in there and flipped it over and put the soap in there, and then of course it fills up with water from the spray. Then the soap starts looking like this and gets real soft and hard to handle. So I see my wife has outsmarted the Disney Imagineers here and flipped it over. So just don't understand why they didn't put soap dishes in here, but kind of weird. Here's my desk this year. I did the video last year on the best office I'll ever have or something like that. I think I've actually got a better office this year with the 1 bedroom over the studio, because that is my office right here, my phone and laptop, and then there's the view out of the window that we were just looking at a moment ago. Nice messy bed here, but definitely an upgrade I think, so maybe I'll try to one-up myself every year and come up with a better office. Another weird thing, and this is just I thought was funny, these plates here. They look really cool. They kind of look like sushi plates to me. But I tried to eat a sandwich and some potato chips earlier on one, but you can see here the size that they are. So if I were to make a sandwich, put a slice of bread on the... Where did my chips go? I don't know where I put my potato chips on there. Here's that gap from the outside. Here's I'm at the hotel room entrance, but here's that gap I was telling you about. So like I said, there's the shower right there. So it's a pretty significant size. I can fit my whole hand through it up at the top, and then of course all I got to do is just there's no lock here. Push it open. So like I said, my 14-year-old would flip out over this if she was in there showering. If she locks up in there for 30 minutes and runs all the hot, she'd probably run the whole Contemporary out of hot water. But yeah, definitely nitpicky stuff. I know the place is an awesome hotel to stay at, and always has been for 30 plus years now. So definitely come stay here and enjoy the place. We'll definitely be back in October, a couple months from now, for the Food and Wine Festival. So we definitely won't be scared away. But just know that these are some of the weird things you'll find. See y'all.